Good morning, everybody. So, I was asked today to make a test. Are you are you okay for this? Maybe. Yeah, I think everybody knows the book Divine Principle. Yeah. If you know, you can lift your hand. Good. And Principle of Creation. And so the topic today, what I chose based on one very important law what we have in Principle of Creation. Can somebody tell me what can be it based on? Communication. What law do we need?
Give and take action.
Yeah, good. We all experienced people about this here, yeah. So yeah, give and take action is so important, and actually I like this law so much, and I feel like everything in our life, from the very small level to, I don't know, political relationships, can be explained through the give and take action. Yeah, and today I wanted to take time to talk about how can we create harmony through the communications, because it's really so powerful, this give and take, and we really cannot live without this. It can lift you to the heaven, and you can be the happiest person in the world when you have good communications, or it can bring you really to the hell when you don't have these good communications. And I think in daily life we meet in a lot these situations when we meet some weird people outside or at the work, and then it just, this give and take doesn't work properly, or based on really something wrong, and we feel like and have bad feelings all day after that, and maybe even all life. I'm sure somebody have some memories from the past which still in you when you did something maybe improper, and until you speak it out, it's actually sit in you for all life. But the once you bring it out and share with somebody, then you immediately forget about the situation. Situation is resolved. So this is the essence of our existence. Even God, the supreme power, cannot exist without give and take action, without building relationships and communications. That's why we so important. We as a human are so important and have so big value, because we give value to the God. Without us, he also cannot be happy and create relationships. And when you are happy and you have some happy moment, you want to jump and scream about this everywhere. So post on all the social networks and everybody can see and engage in your happy moment. That's why this is so important, and at the same time is sometimes, often maybe, so difficult to create really good relationships. And I have small children, and I feel like my elder now, she's just 7, but she's like teenager. And it's so difficult to build relationships already from this age. And especially like if her character is so strong and independent that you cannot really just come there and say do this and do that. It needs to be really diplomatic process of conversation and communication. Yeah, another way you just hear no from the beginning without even starting. And I would like actually to hear from you parents how you build in these relationships and how you master these communications with your children. But maybe another time we have nice sharing. Yeah, or after a sermon, maybe somebody can come and share something. But that this relationship starts with me individually, me and God, and then with me and other people, maybe siblings, and then with a spouse, which is also a very important step in our life, and then children come. So it's quite a preparation to that level. So I have some materials for today. If somebody need a print, I can give you a print, but it's quite small text, I realized today. So it might be good to see from the screen. But if somebody won't, just lift hand and I give you. And today, not just me talking, okay, but you talking with each other. If you sit in alone, try to group two people together. Try. But if you want to do this alone, it's also okay, especially who watching us online. So there are many different aspects of communication, and you can read text. It's nicely put there by our educational department, international, and we have some exercises which you need to do alone and you can do in a pair. You can do with your spouse. This is based on a marriage course, actually, this exercises. You can do with your child, just exchange word spouse for, child-parent relationships, or if you have somebody just friend, you can do as a friend. So let's start first exercise and take time for yourself, to think for yourself the barriers of talking. There are many barriers which doesn't let us to have a really proper the flow of communication, and often we understand this and it still takes time to break your own barriers and to step over it to enter the good relationships with others. So you have about a minute to think about that. Just look. What do you think can stop you from the good communications? For example, for me, first what just jumping like in my eyes, it's I won't be able to express myself clearly. It's because English is not my native language, so I all the time have this fear I cannot find the word to express myself. Yeah, but at the same time, I realized traveling a lot and in countries which languages I don't know, or having like small kids, we don't need actually so much words to communicate well. We can express with all our body and emotions. And I just amazed how a tiny baby under 1 year, just with some eye expression, can explain everything what needed. And you understand this actually. So it's so important, like, what do you feel inside? Yeah, beside the words we talking. And this motivation in your heart can really let people know very well what you mean. Of course, we will have one more exercise later, the things which doesn't let us as a recipient to understand another person and our blockages, but it's a bit later. And of course, communication can bring also a great intimacy in the relationships and make some relationships very, very personal. And I'm always amazed how individual can be relationship. Yeah, even like me as a person communicating with, for example, all of you, let's say 30 people, with each person it will be so unique, different than from others. Maybe you use same words, but it's so different, yeah, and so unique. And with each person can show some different aspect of your character even. Yeah, with somebody you can be loud and laughing, with somebody quiet and calm and relaxed. It's really interesting to communicate with people. You can find so much yourself in the communications with others. You can find so much about other people, interesting things, and something maybe you want to have and you want to inherit, or things you want to share. Yeah, so I don't know, just cannot emphasize how great communication can be and how important it is for us. And of course, it's strengthening our relationship. At the same time, when we give up on communication, it can break everything in our life, unfortunately, and bring to many sad situations and problems we have in society. And I feel sad we don't learn this in schools, actually. This is one of the essential knowledges we need, the same like emotions, but it's so I don't know. Maybe now they just start in recognize emotions and learn in school. But I remember even like 20 years ago or in my youth, that nobody had emotions. It's just nobody mentioning about that. And of course, now even in my age, I find difficulty to express like what I feel, to find the words for my emotions, even in my own language, and then to teach my child. So I'm going to the specific materials and studies for children now, learning with my children what is emotions and how they cope and what does it mean, how to express them. And coming to that, let's do another exercise. And this exercise, let's try to do in pairs. So in this exercise, it's actually 4 questions. But if you choose one of them and share with your partner, listen carefully, and then let your partner to share with you also some chosen question. And we will have 1 minute for each person. It's okay? So time management and nice communications. See you after 2 minutes. It's going well, yeah? Everybody's so engaged. Yeah, it's good to tell, like when you feel good and what making you upset. Yeah, we talked with Francois, and I also like some moments came into my mind what I thought about. With years, I personally probably I learned to accept to give up some relationships if you see when that they're going in nowhere. You know, it's just like draining you and making you all the time like feeling bad. And at some point, I realized I will just cut off this kind of people from my life because I cannot invest, honestly. And it's impacting my family also because I'm getting sad and then putting these upset emotions on my family members. So I thought at some point I need to cut off this kind of relationship and make myself maybe more stronger to be able to engage again. So of course, we cannot cut off all people what we call or we think they are bad. Yeah, they are not bad. It's just like maybe time in your life you cannot communicate with them at the moment. So sometimes it's not bad to give up on some relationship and maybe to engage in them later when you feel more empowered and more stronger inside. Yeah, and the another thing, maybe maybe not, but why women goes to work? How do you think? They jumping in women. Why do women goes to work? Having job and go to work.
It's just to get away. Sometimes you need money probably to have power.
Yeah, first what comes it's money, yeah, but the true reason it's to chat there with other people. It's for women nature is very necessary. It's not a joke, it's true actually. Making money on top of that, it's even better. Yeah, but the women nature in this way, like we need to communicate, to feel energy, to feel good, and yeah. I don't know, man feels the same probably if you have good relationship, but men more, how to say, reserved or preserved. Yeah, and then to another blockages in our communications and relationship. If you look at the listening blocks, yeah, if you look at the paper or here, we have many filters. When we listen another person, we are filtering. And these filters based on our many aspects of our personal life. Yeah, our habits, our traumas, our some, I don't know, attitude and memories and conceptions and prejudices. And when I did this exercise first time, I realized one moment. If you see the number 2 point, given advice, I caught myself, I have it. Many times when I'm talking, I'm not really listening properly. I already prepare what to answer without listening to the end. And when I realized this, I thought, oh my God, so horrible. How it's possible? I even not listening what person have to say fully, but I want so much like to talk, to give without receiving completely. And I said, no, it's not good completely. And then I started to notice other people with who I have a communication, they do the same to me. They don't want to listen really you, but they want to give you advice straight away. And that was very funny to find and to see this now. And I'm very happy that I found it in myself and I could work on it. And I'm trying to not do that anymore and just to listen to the end and sometimes just even to not answer. Because we don't need actually answer that much. We just need somebody to listen us, yeah, to maybe to share something, to bring it out. And actually this is what psychologists making a big money on, yeah, they just listening. They listening you to the end. And if you ask for advice, they will give it. If not, not. And it's amazing, yeah, how people can make money on this. And a big money. Yeah, we can do this for free with each other in daily life. So we don't need to go somewhere else and pay. So I will ask you to take about 1 minute also to look at these filters and to think about yourself what you have there which doesn't let you to listen properly, your partner. Okay, we will have time to communicate more and share more now in the last exercise, which will summarize how well you listened and did previous exercises. It's an exercise called a significant memory. So you have to take turns again, and as you see there, take it in turns to spend 1 minute telling each other about happy memory of something that happened to you during the week. Another very important thing, the listener should then to summarize what they heard, taking particular care to describe their partner's feeling. This will show that they have been listening and emphasizing with what their partner felt. So for example, Raymond said, his one of the filters is interrupting. I understood well because maybe you like to talk, yeah? So do like that, you listen to your partner and then you repeat kind of what your partner say. And in this way, this is actually another important thing with practicing in a relationship. It's peaceful resolving of a problem. When you have some really big fight with each other or some block in communicating or you need to solve something, it's good to take this exercise and listen carefully each other. So you ask your partner, what is the problem? And the partner calmly as possible have to express what he or she thinks is the problem happening now. And then you have to repeat. So I understood that from your point of view, the problem is this, this, and that. Yes? And then your partner say yes, if you repeat well and correct. And then you try to discuss further together how to resolve this situation. This, practicing everywhere, especially in couple relationships. Yeah, not easy. So let's practice little bit now on the happy memory from your past week. Okay? A few minutes for that. Could you manage your communications and sharings? Yeah, nobody screaming, so it's good. People smiling. Yeah, so good to talk sometimes. Yeah, and good to be alone also and have your own internal communication with God or engage in, I don't know, in nature, working with plants or reading. All the ways is good and not excluding each other. Yeah, so there are many ways to bring joy and happiness to our life with communications and other things. And what makes one person happy maybe doesn't work so properly for another people, but it doesn't mean we have to exclude it, yes, because it can be good for others. So we have to be conscious what things are good for us, what things are good for others, and try to find the peace in this and to find how to relate with these things. And in that case, I think we can truly build nice and harmonious relationships and to find harmony in our life with each other. And I want to conclude with Father's words about listening and communicating. When I'm with people and there is a good communication of heart, I completely lost track of time. And I don't know if night is falling or if the sun is rising. The words in my heart form an unstoppable flow. When I'm like this, I don't want to eat, I just want to talk. Yeah, but we know that Father was very good listener before he started to talk. So we have a good example. We try our best today, and you can see that it's possible. Little by little, we can do this, and let's practice this next week. Okay? Thank you so much for today. Thank you.